Elizabeth, I want to give you the last word on any and all of that, the kind of people who stay and the hundreds of people who haven't taken your brave posture of speaking out and trying to make sure that Joe Biden is the next president, not Donald Trump.
So it's really hard to lump everybody into one category. It very much depends on the topic that you are responsible for working, the agency that you are working. I have no doubt that there are any number of people that are working on important defense, intelligence, law enforcement related things that are keeping us safe today. And I'm glad they're still there. And if they spoke out, they would have to leave. I'm thankful that we do have servants that are willing to say, I know that my reputation is going to be damaged on the other side of this administration, but for the sake of our country, I'm here trying to keep people safe. But there are another category of people that it would have been better for them to come out and tell the American people what they have seen and tell them straight instead of reporting to Reporters Anonymously about their beliefs that the president's unfit. But I just want to pick up on something that AV just mentioned. You know, the second term here is what has all of us so nervous. This president is about his ego. It is about his money, and he will have no constraints on the other side of this election. So all of those, and I'll appeal to Christians and conservatives who think that they're voting for him for policy's sake. He will not implement those policies that you think he is going to give you. He has no reason to. He is not going to be loyal to you. He's going to be loyal to himself and do what he thinks is best. So this really does come down to character. He does not have it. And you know that. You've already admitted I'm not talking about the most Trumpian of Trump people here, but those that are really on the fence, he cannot deliver what you think you're voting for. Please consider his character.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.